Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I pray that you're blessed and that everyone around you is blessed as well. I'm Tina from Tina Wonderfully Made. And if you are new, welcome to the Wonderfully Made family. If you are returning, you are amazing. Let's get into the video. So it is, I don't even know what day it is, but this is going to be on BOOKMAS Day 10. So it's going to be days in between 5 and 10, I believe. I don't know. Who knows? But this is exciting. I'm on my way to the free bookstore. I have a bunch of books to donate, but I also want to see if they have a book that I seen them post sometime last week, I believe. It's a Tessa Afshar book, and I have not read her books yet, but it's on my TBR. And I want to get into them because I heard nothing but great things. She is a Christian author, and so I want to get that book, and then just see what else they have. And then I'm going to go to the indie bookstore that I usually go to because I have some other books that I need to leave there for consignment and see how much credit I have. I don't know if it's really consignment. I think it's, I don't know, but they do like secondhand books, so you can go give your books. They give you credit for them, and so last time I did that, they automatically gave me like $30 credit, and it was very few books. I was shocked. And then the other books, I believe they wait till they sell, and then they give me a portion of that. So I'm going to see what credit I have, plus I'm going to drop some books off and see what else they have there for me. Exciting news. When you are watching this, my husband and I had already went to Detroit to see Andrea Bocelli. If you don't know who he is, he's an opera singer. I believe he's Spaniard or Italian. I don't know. But that was one of my husband's things on his bucket list. And so my kids surprised him with tickets for his birthday this past April. And so once you're watching this, we've already gone to the concert. I'll probably update you on it when the next vlog drops. But he is very excited about it. He said he had just recently mentioned oh, I want to go see him before he passes. God forbid he does. But he was saying, because he's an older man, so, and that's just one of my husband's favorite singers. And it was funny because that same week they posted that he was going to be in Detroit. So I let my kids know, and then they surprised him with tickets, which was so sweet. And so he's excited. When you're watching this, he's probably still on cloud 9. So yeah, let's get started. I did make a matcha at home. It's a little weak, but I mean, this is the first time I've done that at home, and it's already an already made sweet matcha powder. I don't know. I found a bag at Marshall's and picked one up for my daughter as well, because she's a big matcha girl. I was like, let's just give it a shot. It's all right. It's not like Starbucks or Dunkin' or anything like that, but it'll work. It'll save me coin, I know that. So yeah, let's get the day started, and then if I get anything, I will come back and let you know what I got. I am back, so hopefully you guys stay. You're on my cup right now, but I got some books. I got two that are not Christian based, but I'm excited about. First is The Grace Year. I've heard nothing but good things about this. If it doesn't pique my interest, it is a YA thriller, but it's talking about these girls that turn 16 and they are banished, and it says that they take their magic away and they return them pure and ready for marriage, and some don't return. So that sounds really good. Put them right here. This one is a Nazi German It says a lush and engrossing novel of one woman's quest to keep Nazis from stealing priceless art during World War II, perfect for fans of Kate Quinn and Kristen Hanna. So, this is talking about, I guess her name is Elaine, and the Nazis think she can't understand German, and they think she's just there to collect, or like to catalog the art that they have in the museum, and they're not realizing that she's gathering all the information that they're talking about, because they're trying to do like this like smuggling heist kind of thing, I don't know. And so yeah, so it's called Riviera House. That one sounded really good. Now the ones that I got that are Christian based, or like, I don't know, I'm guessing Christian based because either these are Christian authors. This one is talking about this girl that is a Hollywood like location scout, and so she is looking at this one place that ends up having her go to like this little island, and while she's there, she meets the guy that owns the island, I guess, and they are stranded there because a hurricane comes through, and he's like real grumpy, I guess, and they become friends, and they talk about like forgiveness and second chances. So this one is called Indigo Isle by T.I. Lowe. Then the other one I got, what was it? Oh, this one is, I guess, a love story, a romance, like a Christian romance. And this is talking about this lady named Charlotte. She has a failed engagement. Her mother has cancer, and she ends up getting her dream job as a music teacher, but she doesn't realize that the music department is shutting down, so she's trying to fight and to do whatever she can to save it. And so she decides to like do a fundraiser, and at the same time her ex-fiance's brother comes into town, and she runs into him, and I guess they talk each other into like doing this fundraiser, and it's riding a tandem bike across the state or hundreds of miles, I don't know, to raise the money. And this one is called Love in Tandem. There you go, by Becca Kinzer. This just sounded really cute, so we'll see. The ones that I did, well, no, let me talk about the one that I didn't see until I got there. This is book one. I guess is a newer series starting by Francine River. I'm not sure because it says book one. But this is talking about Marta, and she leaves Switzerland. She ends up like going through Europe, and she lands in Canada, gets married, I guess, has kids, blah, blah, blah. And then she's raising her family in the Central Valley of California. And her and her daughter, oldest daughter, have like a really rough relationship, and her daughter ends up having her own family. And it's just talking about like the struggles between a mother and a daughter and stuff like that. So I thought it was really good. It sounded really good. It's called The Mother's Hope by Francine River. And then the ones that I did see in the picture from this free bookstore last week, and I was like, I need to go and get those to see if they have them, are from Tessa Afshar. Sorry, my mind just went blank. And this one is called Bread of Angels. And this one's talking about Lydia, and she is a dye maker, and she has like this secret dye formula that her father kept or left to her, and like she goes through Philippi to like establish her own business. Okay. And she ends up meeting Apostle Paul, and he like talks her into, you know, he talks to her about the Lord. And she is, it says, becoming the first Christian in all of Europe. Lydia can't outrun her secrets forever, And when past and present collide, she must either stand firm and trust in her fledgling faith or succumb to the fear that has ruled her life. So it sounds good. And then this one is The Peasant King, and this one's talking about Gemma, and she meets Asher, who is like, he doesn't sound like a good person, because it says, Gemma has always thought of herself as perfectly ordinary until she faces extraordinary circumstances. When her mother, the Persian king's famous senior scribe, is kidnapped, Gemma and her sister must seek undetected into enemy territory to rescue her. But infiltrating their adversaries' lands proves easier than escaping them. As they flee through the dangerous mountain passes, their survival depends on the skills of a stranger they free from prison, a mysterious prince named Asher. So they end up like having, I guess, a relationship. I don't know. Gemma must convince Asher to give up everything he has worked for, all for the sake of a higher purpose he's not sure he believes in. The fate of the Persian Empire, possibly the Judea people, hangs in the balance and in the persuasive power of one ordinary woman. So those are the books that I got. I also grabbed 2 books that I already have, but I'm not going to show those because that's embarrassing, okay? But I'm going to put those in a little free library on my way home. One is a Christmas book, and the other one is just like a thriller. So I put all the books away. Now let's head to the indie bookstore, drop off those books, see what they have for me, see the credit that I have, and head home because I'm getting hungry. Sorry about the angle, you guys. So I just got done with the indie bookstore, dropped off some books, and I got $50 credit. So I think I spent about $50. I still have like $11-ish left, which I don't mind. So today, all I spent was $0. Yeah, and the hair had to go back because, you know what? After getting this hair, I realized I am not a long hair girl. I can't do the long hair. I'm sorry. I tried. I just can't. It gets in the way. It's too much. So, well, I'm going to show you the books that I got, and I'm excited about them. The first one is One by One by Frida McFadden. I don't have this one. The other one is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. I do have the book, but it's the paperback, and this is like the one with the sprayed edges. So I had to get that, and it was only $7. I got Kristen Hanna, Home Again. That. Then I got another Kristen Hanna book. This one is like an old cover because I think I seen the newer edition at Target and I ended up putting it back, which I regret now. So I might get that later on. Let's just see how the book is and then I'll get it later. But this one is Between Sisters. And then I know I'm really late to the game, like really late. This is The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. I think I'm the last person to read this. I had to look up if it was spicy or not, and it says there's not too much spice in it, so we shall see. That's the only reason why I haven't gotten it. But ended up getting it. It was $6, I believe. Their used books are usually like $6 to like $5 to $7, $7.95-ish. The hardcover, I think it was $7, the Geneva Rose one. They do have newer books that are like $13.95. They had The Favorites by Lynn Fargo, I think that's her name. And then they had there was another one that I was looking at, but then I just didn't get them. They did have a special edition book, The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. They had it with the sprayed edges. The inside was beautiful and it was signed. They wanted $50 for it though. I could have used all of my, credit on that one book, but nah. They said they had a few of them, and that was the last one, but I was like, yeah, I don't know. I can't spend $50 on a book that I already read. I actually gave 5 stars, but it's just gonna sit there. So, anyways, I am heading home because I have to prep. Well, I have to wash clothes actually, and then see where this week takes us because, like I said, when you watch this, we have already gone to see Andrea Bocelli. So I am prepping for that. Hence, I have to wash clothes and figure out what I'm wearing because it has to be like, I have to wear a cocktail dress or something fancy. So yeah. Anyways, let's go home, put these books away, and enjoy my day with my hubby. Talk to you soon. I'm back. I know the last footage I showed was, I believe, getting books from the free bookstore, and then I got sick. I don't know what I had, if it was the flu, if it was the Rona. I have no clue, but I was out. I was out. I missed a couple days of work, and then I knew that the concert was coming up, and I was like, I need to get my life together because I'm not missing this. I don't want it to be like a bad experience for my husband because this was something that he was really looking forward to. So I gathered my thoughts and my health together. I was like barely eating. I was I was only thirsty, like thirsty. And then I kept getting headaches. Um, my back was hurting, my stomach hurt, like I had chills. It was just so weird. So I was like, let me get my life together before we go to this concert. So glad that I was feeling probably like 80% ish okay. Like I actually enjoyed myself. I got a hat. That's the only thing I got. Well, my husband ended up getting the Andrea Bocelli Christmas album because they had that for sale. So yeah, it was, if Andrea Bocelli is in your area, go check it out. Like it was so beautiful. Like you could just close your eyes and it just felt like you were in heaven. Like he's just phenomenal. If you don't know who he is, please check him out. He's an opera singer and it was just amazing. And they had a violinist. I think that's how you say it. I used to play the violin in middle school and I wish I kept going because as soon as she came on the stage, I just felt something like, I don't know, it was just amazing. And I miss that. So I keep telling my husband I want to get a violin for some reason. But anyways, I'm not going to hold you too much longer because I'm sure this video is probably like more than what I've been doing. But I do have my iced coffee. I made myself some breakfast because this is my last day being off of work. I took a couple of days off because I was sick, but then I took a couple of days off after the concert because first of all we were traveling the first day, and then today was just like a recoup day. I need to get my house in order, um, and I wanted to just finish up some reading too. Um, I haven't really had like a vacation since April, like our anniversary weekend or week or whatever. I think I took some days off. I'm not 100% sure, but I wanted to take a day or two off after the concert just to enjoy first with my husband and then just to get my house in order. So I have been reading. Well, first of all, I'm not gonna lie. When I was sick, I barely read. I finished up the last letter, which I was bawling my eyes out. Highly recommend. Rebecca Yarros, I don't know what you put in that book, but I'm sure it was tears and broken hearts. Like that book was so good. I gave it 5 stars. And then I was like, let me start. Well, I have been listening to a man called Ove, but if you listen to the audiobook, it's not Ove, it's Uva. So I've been saying this wrong all along. So a man called Ova, and it's a book you really have to pay attention to because there's a lot of like bits and pieces that you have to put together in order to get the whole feel of the book. And at first you're like, okay, he is a mean old man. Like he's just mean. But you have to like keep listening to it or reading it to understand why he is the way he is. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you have not read A Man Called Uva by Frederick Bachman, please do. But I did pick this up and start reading it a couple days ago. But since I wasn't feeling well, I was like, I would read like a couple pages and then put it down. Which this book would technically take someone probably a half a day or a full day to read because it's two Christmas novellas in one book. It's All Is Calm, All Is Bright by Colleen Coble. And I'm still on the first story, which is about, oh, what's her name? I forgot her name already. Anyways, it's about this Lauren. Her name's Lauren. So she is a person that takes care of horses, and she ends up going to stay at this stable with this family. This family has a stable that she can like live in. Um, and she's taking care of this horse that she brought with her, as well as taking care of their horses. And this family, I know the husband's name is Rick. I forgot the wife's name, but they take her in. They hire her like ASAP because she has like the best like resume, I'm guessing. And so they were like, yeah, we need someone. So she ends up working there. She loves the horses. In the beginning, it's like another story, like before she gets to the stable or before she gets to where she's working. And so you have to pay attention. And this guy named Brendan ends up showing up. He's a friend of Rick's who is a special ops. He's a special ops agent, and he's like, hey, who's that girl, who's that lady? And they're like, oh, she's here taking care of the horse. And he goes, I feel like I know her from somewhere. He ends up finding out how he knows her, and it's just a whole story. So sorry, this is a Christian author, so it's a Christian story, so there is some faith-based stuff in here, which isn't bad at all. Like if you like murder mysteries and stuff, definitely check this out. It's really good. Like I am really liking it. At least the first story so far, but I am actually really liking this because there's also like a love story going on, and just like the murder mystery in it all is what got me too. So if you don't know me, I love murder mysteries. I love, which is kind of crazy because thou shalt not kill. But like in stories, okay, perfect, whatever. um, I think I did start actually the Death of Neighborhood Scrooge um, on my Kindle because when we were out at a restaurant having brunch, me and my husband, he was taking a lot of like work calls and stuff, which I don't mind. He has to work. Um, and so I was like, I left my book and I left my Kindle in the car. Let me just pull up my phone. So I pull up Kindle, and that was one of the books that I have on my TBR for Christmas. and I was like, let me just start it. It's okay. Like, I've only read a couple pages, so that one's not like, oh, I want to hurry up and read it. So I think the next one after I read All Is Calm, All Is Bright, I think I'm going to pick up Snow Place Like Home by Lacey Baker, because I need like a little, and this has a little bit of romance, but that's like a Christmassy romance with no spice. That's what I've heard. And I just, sorry if you heard the buzzing, that's my dryer. Um, I just did watch Shaughnessy's like Christmas video she just posted, and she just literally picked that book up. And I've had that one on my shelf since like last year. And so I think I'm going to read that one next. But yeah, I also have a Beverly Jenkins story. And then I really, really want to get to the Christmas bookshop and the Christmas murder game. But I think I want to hold off maybe another week or so for those. So, anyways, let me just wrap up this video because it's going to be super long and I need to get a lot of stuff done. I'm going to do a little bit more reading while I'm eating my breakfast, and then I have to do like laundry and clean my bathrooms and organize my book room because I have Christmas stuff in here too that I need to start wrapping. So, I have a lot to do, and I don't have a lot of hours in the day because I do have to return to work, unfortunately. Anyways, with that being said, remember that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Talk to you later. Bye.